lot of people, Trinity and a lot of others have asked me to do a strategy deep dive on my multi-range 15-minute PSAR 1-minute scalping strategy. Okay, and first let's talk about results a little bit here, keeping in mind this is paper trading, right? And so yeah, this is PSAR has just been incredible. And I'll tell you, a big reason for it is MFI filtering, okay? And that really has been amazing at cutting the tops and bottoms. Now, what happens here is you can see here we have 158% on longs, 183% on shorts. So that is 341% profit. This is as of 2 hours ago. All right, so this is very recent. You can see there's still trades open, right? There's still two trades. I mean, you can see like a tiny percent, like a 0.2% of the account is in drawdown, which is nothing. It's always going to happen, right? When you have a strategy like SAR, you want to see some trades always happening, and you can see here on multi-range there's a trade that's open and it's in profit. It's just waiting until it gets to an even nicer profit. That trailing take profit is even nicer. On multi-range we have 42% on shorts and 93% on longs. So this is really sweet. You know, multi-range is all about the slow burn, right? Being able to catch the high quality trades. We're not trying to make insane gains with it. We're trying to make good, consistent results with it. And I mean, 135% in 2 months is pretty sweet, right? And it's this is really good performance. I couldn't be happier with it. You know, the bags get out, which I'm happy about. It does bag up sometimes, you know, and you can get trades that are stuck for you know, on 15-minute, I would say they get stuck for a day, maybe 2 days, but they will DCA out. And of course, keep in mind this is using profit trailer, and that uses EQ, so it is bringing down your break-even point much faster, and it's reducing drawdown very quickly. Like you can see here, like tiny drawdowns. All right, so that's that, and yeah, it's a strategy for that is really good for those who want to make the quick scalping gains, right? This is not swing trading. I hope you guys can also use multi-range for swing trading. That's what it was intended for, right? You know, running it on the 3 hours is where Ninja Trader found the magic with it. And Mike runs it like 6 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour. You could see the chart he was showing for auto reverse was 12 hour. The higher time frame you go, the better the trades. That's all. That's a rule of thumb when it comes to swing trading. So keep that in mind as we go through this scalping strategy. It is higher risk, and yeah, it looks good, but swing trading is also very good and potentially more profitable. All right, so yeah, so the reason why SAR was so good was because of that MFI filter. And I'm telling you, this is just with the global MFI filter, just one filter for all trend conditions. Now we have MFI filter, as you guys saw with the new version of SAR version 5 and version 5 Advanced. We have MFI automation for each trend condition. So this is just so powerful. Really excited about that. And so we're going to be able to get even better gains, if you ask me. Oh, yeah, and Ryan is asking, what is a bag? A bag is a trade that is stuck. So let's say you grab a long up here and then price dumps, it's going to be stuck. And if you're over leveraged, if you're not or if you don't have your DCA set up correctly, you could potentially have a liquidation. Now, I should also mention, you know, we're using DCA strategy here. And so I do not close trades early. I let them exit in profit. I don't ever have losses. And you can see that here, right? Like profit is the same, you could, we started with 100,000. So 258,000, like it's right on, like your profit, it should be, no losses. That shows no losses basically in there. Okay, so that is how we roll with the scalping strategies, is we use DCA and we exit through DCA, and if you can have something like EQ that risks off, then it's even better. Okay, and so to continue, with MFI, this is sort of where I start for you guys on advanced. We talked about this already, but yeah, for degen kind of setting, I start at 85 and I go down to 70. For shorts, I start at 15 and go up to 30, depending on how aggressive I want to be in filtering out those late longs and late shorts and avoiding those bags, those stuck trades. All right. And so, yeah, this is really the start of your journey, right? You want to be able to go through and do per pair settings, right? And so we're really looking at where MFI is cutting off these trades. Okay, now with V5 users, you're just going through your lower to degen settings, like I showed you guys before. As you go through these different settings, you're going to have MFI on, and you're just going to go highest, higher, medium, lower as you go through pairs. Okay, let's choose a pair. Maybe we can do BNB, and we'll kind of find an area. I mean, this is already looking really. Initial is 100,000, Ryan, on those accounts. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, degen. I mean, we're already doing it, right? It's already filtering out. But if I turn everything off, right, and we go full on degen, we'll get some bags, right? This is on BNB coin, by the way, guys. So yeah, when you first start out, it's going to show you like those trades get stuck. This one, it's already looking good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so anyways, let's deal with this then. We got long higher is getting stuck, so we can look at that one. I really want a better example here. I'm surprised how good. Oh, okay, this is good. Long medium. Okay, so a nice long run up here and gets bagged up at the top. Let's say this is a major top for example's sake. Okay. And so, yeah, so we turn everything off first. We see what it's doing, and what happens here is we get bagged up. These aren't so bad, but this one is bad. Okay, so we're gonna want to start. Let's bring this down to. Well, I would say if we were in meat strategy, we're gonna go highest, right? And then we're gonna start working on this, and then as we make our way down. We start to add MFI. And so you can see it gets rid of some of these trades, but not up here. And so I would maybe add a little ADX and bring this down to higher. And you just sort of work it that way, right? You're going on and off. Bring this lower and lower until it's cutting off those trades. We might have to go divs on here, or we can go medium. So this is sort of the choice. So you can see divs really kills this move, but it also, we lose some price action. So let's turn off divs and go medium. Can we get away with that is the question. And so that's really what we're looking at. So this is a tricky one here. So this run really requires divs and going on higher. to get out those bad trades. All right, and so I'm happy with that, and I think highest was the best option here. Yeah, so that's pretty good. All right, so that's sort of how you go, and you go per trend setting, and you kind of work your way through that. Now, how do you choose your different pairs? So when I go through my pairs, I'm really looking at top 20, top 30. I'm looking for high volume and large market cap, right? You go coin market cap, right? That's what I'm looking at. And I don't want to start going. I always rag on SNX. Actually, SNX has enough volume on it. But as far as like it could be a dent, right? Some of those like Flow is a lower market cap. I generally don't use those, but it's good to maybe open yourselves up to those on occasion. But for me, on this strategy,
Can I interject for a second? So I think it really depends on your trading account balance. If you have a very large trading balance, you probably want to stay away from lower liquidity tokens because you're going to be having bigger buys.
Higher risk, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to impact those order books more so. So if you have a low trading account balance, like $2,000 trading account, you can take risk. Okay. And obviously you want to take risk accordingly, but if you have a $2,000 trading account, you want to grow that account as fast as you can, right? So maybe taking some more risk is in your appetite. But if you have a higher trading balance, you want to preserve that as much as possible. And it's obviously recommended that you trade more liquid pairs like just Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe, or maybe the top 10. It depends on what your risk appetite is.
Yeah, and for myself, you can see here, like I don't have a lot of pairs running. Like you can see here, SAR version 14. We're not at 15 on this setup. Solana, AVAX, IOTA, Link, ADA, BNB, and then it's also BTC and ETH. And then on counter trend, we're looking at multi-range. We're using Cake, Aave, ADA, BTC, Algo, BNB, Link, ETH. Oh yeah, I don't even have BTC running on that guy. Yeah. So you can tell, like, these are all big market cap, and you get those pairs really dialed in, and you're going to be making some nice profits. Okay. Now I don't want to get too bogged down in individual charts, so that we'll make our way through. But basically, the idea is, a lot of guys are like, I got this one top this one run up perfect, but then this other one doesn't look perfect. You're looking for the best average result, right? You're not going to catch them all. They're not all going to be perfect. That's why we have DCA. You're trying to just get the best average result for that pair. Okay, and so you get it right on the one top there, and you're going to look left on your chart, right? Scroll left on your chart, and just do one of these, right? And you can see, like, I have a mouse. Can you see the mouse here? It has a side scroll, so it scrolls sideways, left and right, horizontal scrolling, right? And so you can have your settings open, right? And I move it to the side, and then I mouse over the chart, and so I can change settings on the fly with the chart open, and I just make my way left and right, but mostly left, right? Using that side scroll button. So just something to keep in mind. If it could be a good investment if you're really into making your settings, getting a mouse with that mostly left, right? I like that. It's good, Florian. Very nice. Yeah. So that's the idea. Okay, and we can't stop all banks. Don't get OCD about this, right? It's possible to just be like, it's not absolutely perfect. and tear your hair out, right? Don't do that. We're looking for the best average result. If you catch a bag, just make sure that you're able to handle that bag. It gets out, yeah, most of the trades are looking like this, right? Lots of room to get out. Big pumps after those trades get in. Okay. Yeah, as far where does ADX and divs fit in with MFI, right? So this is really like it's sort of like with STP reversal, where ADX and divs are like backups. But basically, the way you want to do it, it's like a hierarchy, right? You're gonna start with your MFI. And then if it's not doing the job, right, you can work your way down through highest, higher, medium, lower. And if it's not doing the job, you can turn on ADX and make your way down. And if it's still not doing the job, then you can go divs. But keep in mind, as you turn on ADX, as you turn on divs, you're getting less and less trades. Okay, so that means potentially less profit, right? It's all about the volume of trades, because you're really doing like a 0.25 to a 0.35% take profit. I use 0.35 on this strategy. Okay. And yeah, so divs kill a lot of signals. So you have to be like, if I'm doing a meat strategy, I'm not going to use divs on medium and maybe not on higher as well. And then I will lean in with divs on degen and lower, for example. Okay, and with your trend, ADX and divs would be, with trend strategy, I should say, with ADX and divs, you're doing it on lower and medium. Okay. And yeah, so that's basically like I can run through some charts maybe during Q&A. But that's basically the idea, is you're running through per pair. You're looking at pairs like this: Cake, Aave, ADA, BTC, right? You can see SAR is running on Sol, AVAX, IOTA. I love that pair. Link is so great. ADA and BNB, right? That's what I'm running it on. Just and not going too crazy. Max active, I have it set to well, max active is 5, but max active deals open is set to 5, but I have profit trailer set up, so it's really only 3 pairs can be in a loss, in a drawdown. It won't open any new pairs if there are 3 pairs in drawdown. So you could say max active I use is 3. All right, so something to keep in mind with your 3 commas or your Wick Hunter, 3 and 4 max active. That's probably where you want to stay. Okay. And then yeah, so as far as DCA, like this is my DCA setup. Looks a little bit crazy. This is profit trailer, right? I have different ranges set up, but basically what you're looking at is I start at minus 0.5 and I go down to minus 25 on SAR. And I'll be honest, I'm using the same thing on multi-range, but it rarely gets too low. You can see the percentage where I get on these DCA levels. Okay, and it never gets below 14 DCAs. Okay, I don't have any data below that, they're very few and far between. Right, most of the time we're hitting four DCAs, 2 DCAs. And then 165 deals just got out no DCAs. So you can really see it's like a bell curve, right? We're mostly getting out with I would say between the before -5 and definitely before -10%. And so that's really where you should be aiming to get out. Make sure that you're DCAing with enough size that you're actually moving your break-even price down. Don't go too minimal on that. On my multi-range, I'm using less size. It's like 10% per DCA buy, and so Yeah, so it's more for better entries with multi-range rather than trying to get out. With SAR, it's getting out. That's what you're concerned with. And you can see, like, if you're just patient, the deals will get out. Okay. In most market conditions, if you get a black swan event, there are some conditions where, yeah, if price gets away on you, if you had a bad bag, then it is possible to catch a bag if their settings aren't dialed in. And remember what I said, if you do get a bag, this is the time that you go and look at your chart, get the same settings up, obviously, and then see where that bag occurred, and start to play with those settings so that you never get that bag in the same spot. These different settings have been changed many times, you know, until I got them just perfect. Okay, and anytime I got a bag, you know, that's hitting minus 10% or lower, that I'm just going to the chopping block and just going super aggressive on whatever that you know, setting caused that bag, and I'm going to add a lot of ADX and divs. Let's just put it that way. All right. Okay, so multi-range scalping. So you guys can refer back to the multi-range strategy deep dive for the 15-minute. I did cover it a lot. Okay. And just to keep in mind, right, multi-range is not designed for scalping. It can be good, but you have to be careful. Okay. And yeah, look, this is on the 15-minute, right? Boom, like that. Those are some really nice moves, but you can also get chopped up. But this is a little bit of chop in here. It's still get out, but you get a little bit of chop with lower time frames, and that's what we're trying to filter out. Okay, and you know, Duncan was running on 1 to 2 minute charts on multi-range and just going crazy. So it is possible to go on low time frames, but this is where the filters really come in handy, is on the low time frames. Okay, and so
I was getting some questions about running multi-range on like a higher time frame. Obviously, that's what it's meant for. You know, the multi-range on the 15-minute is like, you know, like Alex was saying, is a little bit. It could get chopped up into consolidation. You know, it's I would say it's not meant necessarily for scalping.
yeah, like I said, yeah. Why don't we cover multi-range on higher time frames in the Q&A, because that's sort of unrelated to where we are in this presentation. But and I would also recommend really having a look at the multi-range deep dive strategy, where we really go into, you know, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and daily in great depth, and showing you guys how to set that up. Okay, so recommend you watch that video, and I can run through some charts after. Okay. Yeah, so filters are necessary to master if you're running multi-range on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, this is really just running it without any filters is you're just asking for bags, you're asking for losses, right? And so you need to be very careful and really get good at filtering. Okay, this is I would say, if you're just starting out with multi-range, you know, 1 hour to 3 hour is where you want to be. You when you want to go 15-minute, this means you are already very familiar with the filtering. Okay, we call this multi-range advanced. All right, so this is again, you know, we were talking about STP reversal being very good on range low. It's also very good. Range low ADX is also very good on multi-range. Okay, and it's about getting those early longs and early shorts that are caught offside. Okay, and they'll be running against the trend. ADX is so good at that, right? This is a trend indicator, and I find this is so powerful. Okay, and yeah, I would say range low, you know, 0, obviously you start there, but really between 10 and 15 is where the really good results happen on ADX. And so I'll keep it, you know, depends which direction, you know, like if we're in a in the middle of a bull market, right, I'm gonna be a little less aggressive, right? I'm gonna go 10 on longs and 15 on shorts, that kind of thing, just to allow a few more signals to come in. Okay, and yeah, so I would say always ADX on 15-minute. That's really the only time frame I run it on as a filter. It's so powerful. And then range high is also very useful. Okay, I really find going up to a 30 or a 40, that's really good in getting those offside trades. And then RSI. So RSI, this is just a good backup for ADX. Okay, and like we talk about filters as a hierarchy, right? So you're going with multi-range, think of it this way. Okay, ADX first, RSI second, SAR third for your different filters. As you're going through your different pairs, see if you can get away with ADX. If you can't, go RSI. To be honest, I'll just leave RSI on all the time and just have high values on it. So you can just have it as like a backup if something is caught offside, and then get more aggressive. Like if ADX isn't working, you can go down to a 65 on longs, down to a 25 on shorts. Okay, that's the way I look at it. And then SAR, SAR is really when ADX and RSI are not working. I had a bag on Link that I was really not happy with multi-range. It happened in January, and I was pissed about it. I was not happy about it. So SAR went on, and it can be good. It filters out a lot of good trades though. So you have to be careful. Use it sparingly, as I say down here, right? Make sure you don't let it kill too many of your trades, but sometimes ADX and RSI just aren't doing the job. So enable SAR for that. And then it's just a matter, like I said, of going through these different pairs. As I said, for multi-range, Cake, Aave, ADA, BTC, Algo, BNB is where I go. I don't know, maybe we could do, actually, let's look at Link. That's where I use the SAR filter, right? Oh, we're not on multi-range. There we go. So yeah, so this is on ETH, and I think we have no filtering on there. Okay, yeah. So honestly, this kind of stuff, right? This kind of stuff. That's not what we like, right? This short here, right? This is no good. And now something. This is very important, guys. And there's some confusion, especially among the new users. Where do my trades open? Okay, on a short trade, right? You're going to open right at the bottom there. Okay, wherever the candle body close is, right? On a short, it's going to be at the bottom where that trade opens. So this is ugly, right? But on the next candle, right? It wicks down 30. Almost, yeah, 35%, 0.35%. So it is possible to get out, but that's the way you're thinking about it. And then on a long, you're getting out, you're getting into the trade at the top of the candle body. Okay. Now, Arthur, we have this mode on that's Heikin-Ashi. Yeah, see, use Heikin-Ashi candles to make calculations. So you can run it with normal candles, okay? And as far as back testing is concerned, you cannot use Heikin-Ashi. So I just in general prefer to use on normal candles, okay? And then just have that Heikin-Ashi candle option selected, okay? That's as simple as that, okay? So I think this short is really where we're very unhappy with multi-range. So we can start to look at those, right? And like this long here, right? Those are the kind of trades that I'm going to be looking at filtering out. Okay, so we can start to go through it here. So just a few things we've covered. No, for scalping, I do not use auto reverse, Florian. Okay, so just to go through things, we go through this in strategy deep dive a lot more, but 2 is what I use for the scalping strategy. If you want more trades, you can go 6 up to 9, right, and catch a lot more trades, right? 9 will catch a ton of trades. But yeah, I'm not down with a lot of those. They get caught off the side, so I stick with 2. All right, so just before I enable ADX, because it's probably on values that I like. Yeah, 1050. So keep this in mind that we're on the 15-minute time frame, 1050, and so I'll turn on ADX, and really we're looking at this short, this short, this long for sure. Oh yeah, so it doesn't take care of either one of those. Enable RSI. Where's our RSI setting? 70 and 30. So it's going to require some work here. Okay, so I see these. Maybe we can try bring the short range low value up. There you go. So this one was a short ADX short range low. Okay, that's what did it there. And you can kind of like 20 did it. I was at 10 before. Look, see, when I went 20, I lost this beautiful short. So you want to see like what's the level where I'm starting to lose good trades, and then bring it back, bring back that filter until you start getting the good trades again, but you're not getting the bad trades. All right, and actually this long is really ugly, right? You guys see that? Remember, we're not looking at the candle close down here. We're looking at the candle close up here. And the way I look at it, okay, is we go from candle close, and then we do one of these, right? And so this next candle is only giving us 0.1%, 0.13. So yeah, it's not, that's no good, right? That's we're here, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, 0.1 anyway. So this is a potential bag that is really bad. Okay, so I'm going to go back to automatic, and so we're going to start working on our long here and trying to filter that out. So first things first is it a range low ADX long? Let's try. Ooh, got that. Try a 20 on there. I can see the bad long on there went out, but we still have this bad long, this bad long. Okay, like you can go extreme on this and then bring it back. So like range low 30 got rid of it. So is it like a 25? We're trying to find what that number is, right? This long comes back in on the 25. So it would start to be like a 26, that kind of thing, where it goes away. 28. Yeah, 28. So that's pretty aggressive on ADX. Right, I'm losing a lot of longs. I mean, these longs are great. So you could do that could be it, right? You're trying to find that perfect number. And Arthur, I do not use the lazy bear momentum. I don't, but Mike has had some success with that, so he does use it. And it's definitely something to play around with, not for this scalping strategy as far as I've used. I just use ADX, RSI, and a few times SAR. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. 28 does the job, right? Or you can start to use RSI. Now, yeah, 20. Like I can go down to 20, and we got it there, and we can start to play around with the RSI filter, right? So this is going to, like, I mean, it's already pretty low, right? 75. 75 is going to allow more. Like you'd have to go down to a 65. Let's see what it does, right? 60. And again, you start to lose a lot of trades. So this is really not where RSI, okay, there. So RSI 55 gets rid of that bad trade, but you lost the longs there. I don't like it. Okay, so this is a process of trade-offs, right? Of compromise. That's the way you got to change your settings. Is how can I get the most amount of trades, and still get rid of those bad trades. Okay, you want to maximize the good trades and just filter out enough so you get rid of the bad trades. Okay. Yeah, Florian, I'd love to deep dive all the top 20 pairs, but we'll be here until for another 2 hours. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna handle a lot of those questions and Q&A after this. Okay, so actually, this is the end. So yeah, so this is really we're going to talk about SAR, and then we'll be done with it, and then I can do some Q&A with you guys after. Okay, so SAR is that last resort kind of stuff, right? Yeah, okay, so we got these bad longs and stuff. We'll stick with this chart. I think it's useful, and maybe I'll bring this back to a 15 and see what we can do with SAR. Okay, and we'll see. So yeah, we got the late longs and stuff. So SAR, well, how do I usually roll with this? Is I'll go either 5 or 15 minute on SAR, and yeah, and then from there, like let's just enable SAR and see where we're at here. Our trend. Yeah, see, so you guys can see, right? As soon as I turn on SAR, look how many trades we lose, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. So you really got to be sure, like this is the worst case scenario. Fine, I'm gonna go SAR. Let's turn off all the other filters just so we can see what's happening. Okay, just to see everything. Oh, see, you don't even allow anymore. So you can see like these are good trades. Okay, if you want to run a low risk setup, running on SAR, these are pretty good. This is not good, right? You can get these little fake outs. But yes, there's SAR might be good, like if you're just starting out. See, this long trade is bad, right? This short trade is not great. This short trade is not great. And so you have to start playing around with it. So 5 minute will react faster, 15 minute will react slower. Okay, but on a, we're on 15 minute right now. 5 minute will react faster. Okay, so you can see here on the 5 minute, yeah, we're allowing a lot more good trades that are to come through. Okay, look at that. That's nice. This is nice, right? So this is not nice. So it's not perfect, but if all else fails, give SAR 5 minutes a try, and if that's not working, bring it up to a 15 minute. Okay. Personally, I don't go in on the second and third SAR filters, but I will definitely find 5 minutes good. And then really, you know, this short is ugly. So we're going to start bringing in ADX, RSI, see if that will get rid of it. It doesn't even. So you really have to work at it, right? Yeah, this is a really nasty one. What can we do? 30. Yeah, 30 will do it. Start to bring it down. 25. Does 25 do it? Yes, it does. So where's that magic number, right? We're at 21. Yeah, 20, 22, 22. And you'll see it. There's just a magic number where it will disappear. 23, 24. Maybe it was 20. Oh, it was 24. See, so that's really how it works with filters. Is there's a number where all of a sudden that bad trade is gonna disappear. So you have to really work on finding that magic number, and then doing that scroll left, right? All right. So that's it for our multi-range and SAR scalping strategy. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Of course, you can hit me up in the Discord. On you know, in the channel is the best. You get everybody can help you out there. And then if you need a bit more specific advice on this strategy, education on the strategy, then you can DM me as well. Happy to answer your questions. All right, guys. So that's it for our multi-range and SAR scalping strategy. I hope you guys got a lot out of that and going through the charts.